CS2, does that change anything? Because in a sense, it might give the underdogs more of a chance to win because you have the differences and it's a whole new game pretty much. Anubis, it is going to be map 1. It's going to be so exciting. It is the map pick of FURIA. Can they start off with a bang? Can they beat the Celestials, the Fluxo's Demons? Let's get it.
Oh boy, we have the first SA game into CS2, and man, oh man, it looks absolutely stunning, so bright, so nice. And we're kicking things off on maybe one of the most beautiful maps of all, which is Anubis.
Agreed. Yeah, it's going to start off with FURIA going over towards the A-bomb site. Julih takes the first contact, trying to hide, but the flashbangs coming in, pelting her, blinding her vision. There was really no chance for her in that situation, unfortunately, but goddess does pick one off and stays alive. So it will be this 4 versus 4 with a kit on the aforementioned goddess and smoke, and the retake is going to come in so hot and imminently.
Julih, there we go. That's the kill up on Gabi. Now there's 3 more to find. Of course, the smoke will help a tad bit. That's now fading up on Heaven. And that is the call for the CTs to just get in. The smoke up on the bomb. And it's only Issa does get poppins, but not before. The bomb is already defused and she even escapes. Maybe not so of the bullet, but it is the pistol round here for Fluxo.
Really, really good first pistol round. You lose the bomb site. I do think that just one single frag from Goddess firstly keeps that whole primary zone away from FURIA and also just keeps it into that 4 versus 4. But I think what is really the most important part of this round, you were talking about the dual brothers push, just the fact that there were 2 players in A main in that choke point literally instantly. Like the bomber got planted and you have the retake straight away on for Fluxo. But with the bomb going down, that does mean FURIA will be able to purge back into it. And you can see they're already heading towards the B-bomb side.
Jump spotting, and as soon as the util starts to fly, there is a bit of counter util. I do love that incendiary. Definitely deals a large amount of damage, and an MP9 like poppins can definitely pick them up. And on the flip side, they make it very costly, if not very possible, to even make something out of this round.
Yeah, that's a really good hold. Yungher getting 1 as well, super impactful. And we were talking about those fast retakes in the last round. They're instantly going to come through once again. But the issue is Goddess has lost on her side of the map. So you've got 2 players now, both coming from different angles. He's going to be isolated by FURIA, but it's all down to Kaah. Incredible Anubis. Can she do it on the rifle? Won't even need it. Sidearm gets pulled out. I'm pretty sure that was a 1 versus 2, but the 3K will be picked up in FURIA. Close, but they do win it out.
That was a very, very nice one. Immediately fast-paced aggression, and even though the initial hold on the side of Fluxo looked promising, yeah, it was a very nice 2 versus 3 there playing out in a post-plant. Nice chunk of delay, and with that, it is 1-1. And immediately, the money is looking very dire for Fluxo. Keep in mind, there is a lesser amount of rounds to work with, so something like this, and if it keeps going back and forth, that might make things very tricky here for Fluxo.
It's very similar to last round, going straight over towards this B-bomb site. Poppins with a great 2K in the last. He's going to have to replicate it right now. Yungher's boosted up. Good first eagle. Poppins with the mighty MP9 in hand, but will she even be
No.
needed? Yes, but Yungher has done great with 2. Poppins, however, burns to a crisp. And Nani, unfortunately, has no idea where to look. And with a 2 versus 2, bomb is down in no man's land. It's going to be difficult to be picked up. And with that, it's going to allow for rotations to come through. But Goddess reveals her hand a bit too early and goes down before Julih can come through. Utility is really good. Gabby's brought down the Molotov, denies the bomb! Oh, Gabs now in a 1 versus 1 for the 3K. Julih silencing around, tiptoeing. The Deagle connects for 1. And with that, the vicious cycle of force buys continues.
No way! Fluxo, well, you are quite literally demons. This is absolutely insane. First of all, we kicked things off with that boost, which was already amazing. It tagged up an additional player. The util that was there was brilliant, and I thought, actually, the incoming T-site util was pretty good. You know, there was a lot of damage being dealt up on the CTs, but the pistols are just superior.
Yeah. Also, bomb didn't go down if I'm not mistaken, so that's no extra money in their back pockets, but it does not matter. Look at this already. Car has the AWP out. We were talking about that economical preservation. Bam, round 4, AWP is out. And after a loss, and with that, she also does get the opening pick. We were talking about opening kills between her and yungher. And guess what? Who died? Who died? yungher died on the other side, and Car has given her team a very early advantage. And when the economy is a little bit slanted in favor of Fluxo, that's massive.
I do like this push. Immediate info, and of course with the heavy B-side aggression. No, it's at least not going to be B. Maybe mid. Mid is no presence at the moment on the side of Fluxo with the loss of yungher. And with that, actually, they smoke out here long, so FURIA will be stalled. For how much longer, that is the question. To make a bit of noise, I do like the sort of the fake flash that they're throwing towards B. It does keep poppins busy over towards that side, and now the take needs to be a bit more cleaner, perhaps. annaEX almost goes down, but still numbers advantage here for FURIA. They try to get the bomb planted. Julih up on the site. Once again, players are extremely low. Just a couple of bullets left, but no. annaEX still stands. Now it's poppins in a 1 versus 2. Oh!
Poppins! Wow. The sense of youthful exuberance surges through her veins. You can see she is getting hyped up in the camera. Okay, 17 years old and showing us what's good.
That was very cheeky. Of course, a couple of HP that was left. But on the flip side, a headshot is a headshot and the kill is a kill. It looked very, very nice. Ultimately, I think what really got the better of them there, FURIA, is just the util damage that came through. I do understand them wanting to run and just try to get the bomb down and then hope that post-plant you can make something off of it, but so many players were super, super low that it was still relatively easy, even with a player disadvantage, to still win out the clutch like that.
Yeah, great hold from Julih as well. Got her baited in for her and just went, got one, and then died, which is maybe like, oh no, she's only gone 1 for 1. Baits in Julih perfectly. It's really nicely done. Ooh, CS mechanics already being exploited. Bit of the nade and smoke. Sadly, it doesn't warrant a single frag. But even though FURIA have technically lost the Force by Wars, because they got 4 kills and the bomb down, again, the money is super, super tight, but with Car not having an AWP, it's actually gone into yungher's hand, who isn't playing too aggressively, playing actually quite passively, and Julih, oh, that is such a rough nade to take. She catches it and gets brought down to 62 HP, and FURIA now are looking to pop towards middle, and I would assume wrap over towards, say, bomb site, but Fluxo are prepared and ready for this.
I love the off angle here from yungher. So at least accounts for the cross. Well, as I say that, they've already crossed. They're just not going to be respecting it whatsoever, just running right on through. And Car, right, does get that kill. Now it's time for yungher to shine, and of course she does, with her favorite weapon in her hands. I think it's going to be tricky. Car, ooh, maybe wanted to get ahead of that situation, but at the same time, her teammate's low, and that Car is also down to 61 HP.
This is a really winnable retake, but it can still be done out by FURIA. annaEX, 12 HP, very low, and now she's all by herself, walking wounded, needs to be careful of the Molotov, but the nade might just finish her off. Kobe, yungher, what an incredible round from her. You were praising that off angle, but I was really scared. Once the smoke comes down, that's exactly what happens. So she gets completely negated, but the fact that Goddess is able to get one with the MP9 was ridiculous at long range, and then yungher, red on the trigger right here. The trades, that's not even bad trade spacing. That was a good trade spacing from Isa. yungher is just simply too good. She pushed herself a little bit back, extends the angle, and that benefits her. Really nicely done. And Fluxo, you'd think they'd be safe, but no, once again, they're going straight back into the fray.
Yeah, I think the timing there wrote out really nice from Fluxo. The initial hold, the delay that was there on the side, gave yungher just enough time to already rotate around to avoid that smoke and be in a very good spot to deal with Heaven. And now we just have to wait and see. Can FURIA get another round up on the table? I can't believe that this is already round 6, already halfway into half 1.
Oh, it's so weird. And Brandon actually said he was loving to see how fast it might be in South America because of how fast it was in Europe. And well, it's contributing pretty well right now. They are playing some very, very pacey CS, and FURIA FURIA right now, they love to get onto this A bomb site, but the counter utility is just withstanding them. And you can already see a very oppressive position from both Julih and yungher for when this execute comes in.
Oh, that was a brilliant flash. On the flip side, there is still yungher up on the site. Needs to be a bit careful. She did not quite spot a player already crossing. But her teammate is there. Goddess at least counts for one. Now yungher and Goddess go down, so maybe this round is possible after all.
A rare miss. And that might just contribute to a loss. Fluxo, they have no money because of how close these have been. And now for the 2v2, the flashbangs come through. Both players retaking from the same place. Poppins now looking to get another clutch, and she'll get it because kaahSENSEI. What happened there? I don't know where the Molotov got placed, but Poppins, the clutch minister, this time not even through her own brawn, but it's because of the mistakes from FURIA. The 17-year-old right now just cannot put a foot wrong.
This was so rough because I think the stairs were mollied, no? So Kaah wanted to get sort of out, tried to get some cover, move away. Oh, she just wanted to get the angle.
How did she kill herself? Because it says that...
She died from the fire. I think... Oh, wait, the fire was then hers.
Wait, because that's what I was looking... But no, but then you could see it was thrown... Is that a bug or is that... Because that was definitely a fire thrown by Poppins.
Yeah, you would think so. Now I'm starting to wonder. I don't know.
I have no idea. Well, getting straight back into it, we were speaking about aggression. This time it's not me furious, believe Fluxo, but Gabs could put it all to waste, and she will. 2 kills alongside the middle presence. That's the round over. We were blabbling on about a potential 1G, but FURIA just go, guys, we're about to win the round, so can you focus back up?
And once again, the fast pace that is there is very nice to see. Guys, oh, okay. Not enough time to trade, or to take yet again another kill. The trade in this case is there. Julih now in a, well, not quite a 1 versus 3, just going to be saving up. And honestly, it's actually quite strange. You know, Fluxo having won quite a nice chunk of rounds, but they end up being still quite close. So the money is not even in a very good spot for Fluxo.
Well, yeah, money's in a fairly awful position, and that is because of how close these rounds have been. So they've what, garnered 4 in a row because it was the second round buy that warranted FURIA there first, and it's been 2 clutches from Poppins. There was 3 players staying alive in 2 rounds ago, so they have not much to work with. This time there's no AWP being saved into the round, so yungher, who's been so prolific on that AWP, is not going to have the equity. And even in that round, like, there was actually a world she won that out. It was just really good timing actually from Gabby, because you were looking at that and you were maybe thinking, oh, it's getting a bit scary. But the fact that Gabby actually came so late, yungher almost forgot that could be a position that she has to clear because of how late Gabby was. So right now, Fluxo, they lose 1 round, and this could be a brink for FURIA, just segueing a little bit further into this first half. But again, MR13, there's only 12 rounds this half. 5 on the CT side is potentially a threshold that is good enough.
For sure, for sure. And there's still weapons on the side of Fluxo for this round. They've pushed out on B. So there is a lot of info. You already see Julih making a bit of a move back into middle, potentially Nani backing her up. They get close here. At least FURIA deal with the close angle. No one quite there. Flash comes through. So noise being made, and immediately 3 players this time on A. Oh, yungher holds. Yungher holds big time. That's 2 kills. Sure, there's finally a trade. And maybe, just maybe, Fluxo can still hold on to this 8th round. It's a 3 versus 2. Julih does have a pistol, and Julih does now go down. There's more to be found. Nani finds 1. And once again, we end ourselves in a very tight battle. Not enough bullets in the mag. And Poppins wins the battles out.
Oh! Okay, but a BM as well there by Poppins at the end. Okay, she's feeling feisty. That is they've got 6 rounds. 3 of them have come all because of Poppins. She's had incredible holds over towards the B bomb side, and she's rotated in perfectly. But the hero in this round is yungher. We were talking about, you know, she's been doing it with the AWP. Can she do it with the rifle? Apparently, yes. God damn, yes, she can. She gets 2 kills on that hold, and Poppins also saves an AWP for her, so she's back on her primary weapon. We were talking about the opening kills for both these AWPers, and that might come into fruition very early on here because they're looking to fight each other in middle, but Utility does force yungher back momentarily. However, the operative word is momentarily because she's right back into the fray because she sees the arm and is looking to go for potentially a little bit more.
I do like this. They're immediately going to be changing up positions here. So Goddess plays up close. For anyone pushing right for the door, that is then accounted for by yungher. First kill is there. And now, Flick not quite. yungher with that has to back off a little bit. Is half HP. So he needs to be careful. And this could be potentially be very scary when it comes down to A site. And we immediately see some repositionings on the side of Fluxo. But little do they know, it's not going to be A this time. They want to get into B.
Poppins, great first kill, so important. Nani, however, is in such an uncomfortable position in the fire.
No way!
Oh, what? Kaah just headshots her teammates. Now Kaah is in a 1 versus 3, making a 1 versus 1. How's this happen? This is technically for the ace because she's got 1 extra kill on her own teammate. 16 HP, however, it's not exactly the easiest position to be in. But she has baited out her adversary slightly, and Julih might be scared of the A bomb site, especially when the clock turns lower. Kaah, oh yeah, you see the wallbang there. That's so not wallbang, just a headshot onto her teammate. And now with 20 seconds, she's going towards the B bomb site. However, Julih, she has plays to perfection in towards Palace. Bomb gets tapped. It was going to go for the plants, and on 19 HP, there's not much you can do there. Very good attempt from Kaah to get it to 1v1. However, it would have been so much easier if she just didn't quite kill her teammates.
Oh man. It could have been the perfect opening. They had the numbers advantage and the element of surprise. But at the end of the day, it's sometimes these little mistakes. And honestly, we have to cut Kaah some slack because she is top fragging right now, 13-7. So the rest of the
14.
team is a bit... Technically, yes. She's perhaps, she's actually doing incredibly well for the team. And she's often in these high-pressure situations, and the rest of the team is sort of dead by that moment. So I think the rest of the team, they can just contribute a tiny bit more, and it feels a bit more like a cohesive play. Then FURIA can really start to make moves.
I'm looking at the scoreline. I'm just thinking of how unlucky this is for FURIA because it feels like they've had such good opportunities to seed, but then it's just been these slight little errors that have given Fluxo the advantage. And with incredible anchor holds so far, I'm wondering if Fluxo can continue this once again because the A bomb site, it's going to be attempted to be attacked. Oh, that's a perfect use of a grenade. Clears the smoke and just leaves Goddess in the middle of no man's land. And now Julih, XM, up close and personal. Only 1 player in front of her. However, Gabby instantly deteriorates her foes. And Fluxo, I think there's going to have to be a save. We haven't seen a save yet so far in this game, but this is going to have to be the first one. And unfortunately, even though Poppins is still alive, there's only so much she can do. And that is a great use of a grenade. We see Goddess just standing, holding the smoke, bam, grenade just destroys the smoke itself, and it opens up a pathway for FURIA to enter the A bomb site. That's a lovely use of the new game mechanic.
Yeah, and as she was saying, it is also the first save of this game thus far, and it really shows how, with the lesser amount of rounds that we have to work with, that they just are much more eager to try to get back into the game. For FURIA, hasn't quite worked out thus far, but if they could potentially still get a couple more on the board, it's very much possible. There is 2 more rounds to play for, and yes, technically it's T-sided. Fluxo definitely have 1 at the half already, and potentially set themselves up for a very good play. But oh man, it's just, this is exactly what you love to see, and trying to adapt to the new version of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I think that's it's like at first I saw the grenade being put in the smoke, and I just go, what the heck? And then I'm like, oh, smoke goes. I forgot about that. It's like you almost have to remember what's happening. And I think that's definitely something that we're already seeing, that the CT side are going to have to change how the position slightly, because Goddess is theoretically in a good position, because if anyone pushes through the smoke, she is ready and welcoming them into her arms. However, you know how to start thinking about what happens if they drop a grenade in that smoke. And that's a really interesting part of the game that is going to get delved into a lot more in the future. But for now, the match is paused, and I'm not sure if it is a tactical. However, while we do have a moment, we can actually talk about some of the changes that have been taken, the tactical pauses. So each team only has 3 now, which for anyone that has come from Go. There used to be 4. And what is actually really interesting, and this is a completely new feature, is if the map goes into overtime, all previous unused timeouts are removed and 1 timeout is given to each team. Every single overtime, that kind of metric resets. So they get
you just
taken
basically
away.
always have 1.
Yeah, you always have 1 in overtimes. And I think that's a really interesting game, interesting part of the game that is completely new and is also going to change up coming to CS2. And that is because of MR12, MR13? Yeah, MR13. So that is a new game, a new thing of the game that's been implemented because of this change.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, and I think the way that they're sort of just making a bit more equal, probably making a bit more attractive to use timeouts. And I would say, you know, in tier 1 CS, it's very common. You see timeouts all the time. But I would say, and I think the same can be said here, but within the women's scene and just overall, sometimes within these scenes where teams are a bit more newer, have lesser competitive experience, they don't always call the sort of amount of timeout that we see in tier 1. And ultimately, it depends on how a team is feeling. And some teams, for example, here, they are orgless. They don't always have a coach. So therefore, it might always be a bit tricky on when to call it. And does it feel right or not? And you might not always feel like you need it. But yeah, hopefully this can sort of make it a bit more attractive, and we can see more of the timeouts being taken and used.
Yeah, a cool update. Well, we do have this pause. We can take a look at what happened in Europe today. So obviously everyone on the stream saw Guild kind of obliterate Shinigami. It was a really decisive 2-0. Anubis was also in that veto. But interestingly enough, One Win Gang have actually just taken down a big equipper. That, in my opinion, is a massive result, because that basically screams to NIP Impact going, you've kind of guaranteed your 2nd place. If you're able to, I mean, do they even need to beat Big now? It's really interesting. I think that's a very unexpected result, and that could also potentially see One Win Gang actually make the 3rd place decider if NIP lose to Big. There's so much to play for over in Europe, but we don't want to get too much into that because that is for the Europe stream to discuss. But that's something a little bit food for thought for everyone. And right now, over on the other game in South America, we have Divina versus kaahSENSEI, and Divina are currently up 7-2.
That's interesting, because NIP and Bigger Keeper currently have both 2 wins and a loss, so they're tied. When it comes down to round difference, though, currently Bigger Keeper is definitely way ahead. But who knows? We still have plenty more to play for. And, you know, like we were saying already, it's sort of here in week 4 and onwards where it's going to be extremely decisive of who is going to be continuing to those LAN finals. Over here, FURIA definitely bringing the heat back on, as they do have the opening kill here in this round. Of course, there's only 2 more rounds here to play for, so the stakes are quite high for FURIA to try and still make something of this half.
Oh, yeah, there are 2 rounds. Sorry, for some reason I thought this was the last round. But yeah, no, penultimate round, and with that opener, it will get taken away. However, it does come with a cost. Nani gets brought down to 17 HP. Alongside that, Poppins doesn't have anything to say about that attack that's coming through on the main choke point of the A-bomb side. So with Fluxo, with only 2 players alive now, this might just have to be a save. Julih trying to save the AK. I think she will succeed, but that's a really good round from FURIA. They get the advantage, they get the player advantage very early on, and they keep hold of that pretty securely. There was a little mishap when Isa dies, who also hasn't been playing to maybe the potential that we would have expected. She dies, but then apart from that, pretty flawless round. So this is looking really good from FURIA, and very quick pace CS was still
gonna go hunted though. And it's gonna be quite painful here for FURIA or for Fluxo if they're taking them away, and they do. annaEX just farm some extra kills here. But it's scary now that Fluxo have little to no money to work with here for this final round of the half. Ultimately, they do have that advantage, of course. They at a minimum have a 2-round gap between them. But it would be nice if they could still make something out of this. We've seen them word the pistols before, and that was extremely promising. But Can they do it again?
It's a little bit different now in a sense because you have the pistols up against everything FURIA wanted. Obviously, we don't have an AWP on Car. You can see on your screen there. A little bit unfortunate that she won't be able to use the AWP. But with that, we might actually see some aggression over towards the B bomb site. And this is very perfectly timed for Fluxo because as they're taking this space, it's actually space being taken towards middle. So there's no one really there to contest. And Poppins, even though she does get chunked down by a grenade, that is a great opener, but equally a lovely reaction by the T side. However, look at this. Great utility usage from Fluxo. FURIA trying to converge over towards the A bomb site are going to currently get stopped in their tracks. And now they might have to look elsewhere. The grenade trying to give them a little sneaky peek through towards the A bomb site. Second one will work out in their favor, but this time they don't get the opener and goddess that they would have wanted to. And FURIA are going to have to fall back to plan B now because of them losing that space over towards middle.
And quite literally, plan B onto the B side. They will go and Nani completely deletes on annaEX, and that is rough because now additional cavalry has arrived. The pistols do a great job distracting, if not killing. Poppins finds another, and it's 2 versus 5. I wouldn't have thought that was quite possible, but here we are. Fluxo once again looking to win out a nearly impossible round. Garby met with a nade, not quite frightened by it, wants to take the charge, does take a bit of damage, but she's still alive and kicking. Now 20 seconds, and this is when things get scary. Fluxo tried to overwhelm the side, tried to stall them as much as they can. Oh, but it's a 1 versus 1. Car, 10 seconds and a dream against Goddess with a pistol. Oh, and Car's looking the wrong way. It's Goddess that takes home that final kill, and the scoreline with that is 8-4. And let's find out if Fluxo can win out this map after this short break.
Diamonds forever, so put some pressure on it, yeah, make it glitter, for worse or better. Dress up in gold, go once then it's sold. The highest bidder brings it home. A cold masquerade, there's no escaping it. A sin's a sin, nobody wins. If there's a man on the moon, seeing all that we do, it'd say the time goes fast, but a few things last. Life's short, diamonds forever, so put some pressure on it, yeah, make it glitter, for worse or better. Life's short, diamonds forever, so put some pressure on it, yeah, make it glitter, for worse or better. Dress up in gold, go once then it's sold. The highest bidder brings it home. A cold masquerade, there's no escaping it. A sin's a sin, nobody wins. If there's a man on the moon, seeing all that we do, it'd say the time goes fast, but a few things last. Life's short, diamonds forever, so put some pressure on it, yeah, make it glitter, for worse or better. Life's short, diamonds forever, walking down the street. She's turning up the heat. She's moving to the beat.
A really close half that I don't think is quite depicted by the scoreline. Fluxo, they win 8 rounds. 6 of them are with clutches. 2 on pistols, and with that, we go back into Anubis on the second half. This is furious map pick. Fluxo optionally decided to start on that CT side, so now it'll be really interesting what happens on the T side. FURIA, this is a must pistol round. It's going to start with a bang with the T side going towards middle. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, what is that from Car? The USP swings left, right, good night, the 3, and the dual Berettas join in on that fun as well. FURIA, I said this was a must-win pistol round, and it will be so unbelievably decisive.
This is quite rough, because with that, they've lost a bomb, and ultimately, if Julih could have sneaked in a bomb plan, yeah, then there's still cash, and Fluxo could definitely still make something work. I mean, we still see them work their magic with pistols, so I definitely can still see them forcing, just because they have the confidence. All right, Julih at least finds gaps here. How much more can she do? There's technically a minute left to work with. Could be a very epic ace clutch.
With the bomb as well in their grasps, I'd love to amuse this. And unfortunately, she's also not quite having a great game in itself. So maybe if Poppins was there, the clutch minister herself, Zipex move over, Poppins is in. Oh my god, what a start. Those first 2 kills, that is the epitome of, you know, when you peek banana on the pistol round and you're like, I'll be grand, I'll get it, don't worry, it's all me. And then you actually get the kills. It's like, oh my god, what happened? Like they're there. She pulls the trigger. Oh, I've got 2 kills. Lovely stuff. But FURIA, yeah, great pistol round. You were talking about forcing up. Fluxo, they're not actually going to do that. They have the rounds to work with. I would have honestly agreed with both. Yeah, I would have agreed if they force into it. I agree if they don't, because they'll have a buy in the neck straight away. And that means it's only going to be like 8-6. They're not going to have to, they're not giving rounds to FURIA by if they were playing on a force buy. They lose this round, 6 would be an eco. So it could have been an 8-6 game or an 8-8 game, but instead it's gonna be a little bit closer. And on these pistols, there's not much we can expect. A single solitary flashbang, and that's it. Ooh, this grenade.
Oh, it can be so juicy. Just waiting for the timing. Sadly, a tad bit too late, and the pistols can still try and ramble up things. Is at least here with her MP9. Does run out of bullets, but there's still no time to really get that bomb planted. So they secure yet again another round. And FURIA with that is also a bit more up on the board. You know, 6-8. Definitely a scoreline that is much more doable.
Yeah, you think about MR13, you look at these close score lines, and we're already at a stage where it's like whoever starts winning these early rounds to get onto double digits in the second half, that is putting yourself in a great position. Getting double digits has so much more weight to it now in MR13 than it did in MR15. So that's going to be really exciting to watch. Or MR12, sorry, rather. But it's going to be now back on the rifles. Yungher already on an AWP. She's peering over towards this B bomb site. We're talking about opening kills on the CT side. Now how about on the T side? Issue is, look at Gabs. Oh, I was going to say great position, but she swings out and instantly gets taken down.
annaEX is going to get close here to the smoke. Needs to be careful, because you never know when a nade will pop right through. But the majority of the user will actually fade away, and that causes here a nice double swing from FURIA. I love this. They clear it out with the both of them, immediately throw in more util just in case there was a pop about to come. But not quite. Fluxo, take it a bit slower. And none of the numbers are equalized. Can still make up their mind of where they want to go.
I like how Julih is taking some space over towards, say, bomb site. On this lurk, it's going to be trying to draw some attention away from that B bomb site. And at a minimum, keep Isa and Gabby over towards this side of the map. She will do that very successfully. And now we see annaEX and Kaa aggressively pushing towards canals. However, that's an awful timing because as they do that, the B bomb site is going to start getting executed upon. Julih tries to backstab, can't quite succeed, and Kaa somehow just breaks her way through alongside annaEX. Those three individuals trying to make their way onto the B bomb site get cut down in their place. And Julih, they know where she is. 10 seconds. It's just a matter of dying before the clock strikes 0. And Kaa, an incredible hold. 4 kills to her name. 25 frags. Immaculate right now.
It's double the numbers of yungher. I would say maybe of Fluxo it's a bit more evened out. You know, Gabi currently on 2 is a little. Wait, actually, no, that's the ADR, sorry. On 10, well, it's pretty even. But yeah, Kaa's just head and shoulders above the rest, which is, I mean, we're sort of used to seeing her at the top, and well, she just continues. She is looking to 30 bomb, even with lesser rounds up on the menu.
This is incredible from Kaa right now. We were talking about that AWPing duel. Right now, she is succeeding so much in that duel and is winning it out head and shoulders above yungher. But the issue is it's not quite formulating rounds on her team just yet. 8-8 though, if this is a round win, we're right back to even Stevens, and this hold, ooh, not the cleanest. It is a 3 versus 3, and the bomb will get planted. However, look at the HP, 2 for yungher, 23 for Julih. This should be wraps. There is a chance though it gets expensive for FURIA.
That bomb is taken away, but on the flip side, there's still a bunch of util. She did a nade, not quite onto yungher. It's a tad bit up on Nani, but Julih still standing strong. Oh, and the flashbang is near to perfect. Nani now with her Tech 9 just finishes it off. This was sort of the perfect setup here by FURIA, but on the flip side, Fluxo just make it work time and time again when it comes down to the lesser weaponry. And even though we've had, once again, great openings, this was just incredibly rough, and the flashbang from yungher was near to perfection.
I think not even near. That was perfect. That was incredible. Nani with just a really easy 2 kills at the end there. Great opens onto the bomb site. I said that 3v3, probably still not possible. And somehow, it's actually the 2 players that are low HP are the ones that succeed. Lovely from Fluxo. Not a round they were anticipating to win, but because they do win that, they keep on extending their lead. Not that 8-8 scoreline we were talking about, but it is going to be 9-7. And yungher saves the AWP of Kaa's dead body. So it's going to be no opener for Kaa this round. There's going to be no immediate opener for anyone just yet, as it is going to be some early map control by Fluxo. Something they do struggle with is in these mid rounds, having the lurks actually successful because there's not as much space taken away from the CT side, and they're sometimes a little bit too aware of these lurks. It's going to be interesting coming into a round like this, and already aggression from FURIA towards the B bomb site. Poppins is actually just going to fall away. So kind of granted up there for annaEX. How far is she going to go with this? Does she know that Poppins knows that she's there, and well, Poppins will just give herself away?
annaEX goes on a mission. Oh, the timing.
Oh, the timing!
No, and Goddess has revealed her spot right now. So you can see annaEX turns around, looks, but still commits, still pushes spawn. It could have the ultimate surprise factor.
It's not even a surprise factor right now. It's the gamble stack that has been warranted over towards this A-bomb site. 4 players, everyone apart from annaEX is over here. Poppins somehow has been able to be graced with 2 kills. I don't know where she snatched that from. yungher would have loved to get that kill onto Gabs, but because of that, it will just still be a 1 versus 3. And yungher could try and fight her way out, but with 10 seconds left, it's a 1 versus 1. Kaa now up against her. yungher with only a Tech 9, 3 HP, trying to hunt down her adversary. Comes around the corner and unfortunately won't be successful. Makes it super expensive, makes it super exhilarating, but unfortunately FURIA will just about clinch it away. There's no way that should have got that close when you've got 4 players on a bomb site.
No, I was not quite expecting it to go down like that. Still a tiny bit of a shot that could have been possible, but no, yungher this time around just running out of time, unfortunately, but it was a nice attempt. especially with a round that definitely looked to be very heavy in towards Furia's favor. Once again, we sort of always lend ourselves in to end up in these very tight positions and near clutch moments. And with that, the scoreline as well remains incredibly close. A 9-8, sort of what we predicted, of course, when we went into this matchup. Oh, and here we go.
With an MP9?
She has the backup of car.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That was bold with an MP9, but I guess, okay, yeah. I didn't quite see the AWP at first. Yungher, completely blinded, has the right idea, holding for Gabby, but the issue is that flashbang will force the AWP away, and Julih goes trailing. This time, Poppins is not going to allow for that aggression towards the B-bomb site. Will she know that? annaEX straight through though. That's so impressive from annaEX. She's been so consistently belittling and putting herself in these super oppressive positions. She runs, almost is her downfall, but that will be 2 frags towards middle, completely catches them off guard, and she hears them running underneath her. The MP9 goes brr. She takes 3 on the dollar, and Nani, they know exactly where she is. Great shutdown from FURIA, and they're making it very contestable on their map pick now. It wasn't the 8-8 scoreline we were thinking, but it is going to be 9-9.
Yeah, Cole with that as well. 30 bombed. It's insane. She has 3 KD as we speak. But yeah, it's really like FURIA are starting to dictate the pace here a little bit, and the scoreline is close. But keep in mind, Fluxo Demons had a large chunk of rounds to work with, and it's sort of, where did they go? They're gone within the blink of an eye, and now FURIA are starting to make big pace.
It was once upon a time 4 rounds to the good. The benefit, though, for Fluxo is they are back on the rifles. Apart from a lack of utility on some individuals, it will be everything they want. And once again, look at this aggression from FURIA. It's over towards the B bomb site, but a different directive. Over towards canals. annaEX, she has been so consistently oppressive to Fluxo, and now has a well-placed microphone to hear anything over towards middle and over towards bridge. With that, Fluxo have no idea. They're playing very slow right now. The bomb is over towards the B bomb site. They're holding for some map control, waiting for someone to walk into their crosshairs, and Isa will give them that. A great opener, super easy from Nani, but now this is when this aggressive play from annaEX is going to come into full fruition.
And they're not expecting it. Julih with that goes down. Goes to help out over towards A, but let's really know it's not quite the site. But they went ahead. Car goes down, and maybe now with the star player out, this round is much more viable for Fluxo. And already the CTs, I mean, they're sort of close, but a 4 versus 2, especially with the gaps being so incredibly low, I think this will have to be a save.
That's great from yungher and Goddess. Securing the round away from FURIA. Really did actually feel like that was going to be a round for FURIA, because you have, even though it wasn't quite the player advantage, it was so much space garnered for yourself. But now we were talking about those double digits. We were talking about how much weight they actually hold now. Fluxo are going to be the first team to find 10. That means they're only 3 rounds away from getting the elusive 13, which it is now. And yeah, this is actually a great position to be in. They have maybe fleeted away that 4-round advantage, but if there was ever a round to win, that would be it. Great confidence round. Because of it, look at the money on the CT side. The 2 saved rifles will be able to warrant potentially somewhat of a full buy, but it's going to be on its last legs. If they lose this, I think Fluxo are going to be laying a very easy pathway for themselves towards, at a minimum, 12.
Yeah, and maybe something that is also to take into account the economy that's currently present on the side of Fluxo. There is still a nice chunk of bank left, even if they were to lose this. So they have a bit of a buffer here to work with the rounds being ever so close once again. But if FURIA can actually win consecutive rounds in a row, it could still make it dicey. Still extremely tricky already. Early damage dealt. Car currently dealt with, needs to run away. And mid under a bit of extra pressure, but they have noticed how FURIA have been pushing here and there, so they take water into account. And with that, FURIA is actually playing this round a bit more passively.
you say that, you say that, they push over towards the B bomb site. annaEX actually gets the better of poppins, and even though yungher does strike down her teammate, it still will be that 4 versus 4. You were talking about mid control, even though we are in a new game, mid is still incredibly important, and Fluxo have continuously won out the duel towards that side of the map. Miss smoke towards camera, I think. I'm not sure where it was supposed to go, but it's not landed on the map, and even though that's happened, oh, never mind. I was going to say they're going to go over towards the B bomb site with some sort of element of surprise, but as they're stampeding towards that side of the map, Gabby's also going to confirm there's no one towards A, hasn't quite got a kill, but has given so much damage and initiated towards yungher and julih. They are walking wounded, they're walking dead. It's only a matter of time. Hold on a second. Not known for her orbing prowess, julih is going to clear the head off one, and now with this 2 versus 2, the bomb's going to get planted.
1 HP though. She is extremely close up on the side. She does hold her ground and her angle. Oh, and the gunbarrel one sticks out. That's another one. And Gabby, she falls. It's only Car that is left. And sure, the HP advantage is perhaps there. The first one goes down, but Goddess is there to trade. And Fluxo, they maintain the lead. They are up to 11. And FURIA's economy is looking rough.
As I said, if there was ever a time to win a round, that was it. That's their 7th clutch out of the 11 rounds they've won, so that's kind of a crazy stat line already. But a 2 versus 4, julih with the AWP, Goddess to end it off. It is phenomenal from them. And with that, FURIA are now going to be on an eco. Round 21, 1st to 13, 12 secures overtime. There will be a small technical issue, I think we can assume, from the players not really moving and typing to each other. But regardless of that all, an incredible round from Fluxo that there's no way that should have ever gone in favor of them. It was so well done by FURIA. They were able to not give them anything towards middle. Well-timed aggression from annaEX and Gabby on 2 different sides of the map. Very oppressive from them. However, that simply was not good enough, and Fluxo break through their chains, and the demons are sailing towards 13.
Yeah, keep in mind this is also the map pick of FURIA. So on paper, this is looking very, very good for Fluxo. Of course, they still have to clutch it out. In a way, it would be exciting to immediately get our first OT here into the CS2 debut, but it's definitely looking likely here for Fluxo to take it home after all. But you never know. We have seen so many rounds end up in 1v2 situations, 1v1 situations, and the same went down here in the very last round. It doesn't quite come easy, but it is fascinating to see with how, you know, the teams that have sort of lesser economy and they keep sort of forcing that they can still make a lot of these rounds extremely close.
Well, let's see if the demons can continue to unleash their fury on the field. They are winning, and I think there's a lot of pressure now. A lot of pressure actually is applied over towards the FURIA camp, as we were saying, and as we can circle back to our early conversations, we cannot understate how important this game is. You've got the 2 biggest teams, the biggest names in the region, both undefeated, are meeting fairly early on in the ESL Impact League season in South America. But whoever wins this would, you'd assume anyways, undoubtedly secure the 1st seed. And the team who loses will still potentially have to worry about the likes of Davina, MIBR. So I think that adds a lot of pressure to it. And for FURIA, a big part and a big theme of this season is rejuvenation, taking back what is rightfully theirs, taking back the crown of this region after failing to make the finals of the last ESL Impact season.
Yeah, and let's be real, this is the only 2 teams currently with still a clean record. All the other teams have lost the minimum of 1 game. So this is your biggest hurdle. If you make it across this opponent, you are potentially good to go, and you have a very, very very likely chance to make it to the LAN finals, which for a team like FURIA could be extremely nice, of course, on the fact that they missed out on the last one. But for Fluxo Demons, they want to keep the record clean and just continue as is.
As we said before that technical pause, there's going to be an eco, and the eco is going to be cleaned up. Julih only with 2. Yungher, I think, was laying some sort of coverage and some sort of overwatch. But with the information garnered that there is majority, if not all, over towards the A bomb, so they will scarp away. Yungher needs to be careful because they are actually hunting her down. The Glock is out. The Glock's not quite connecting, but luckily for her, Gabby's P250 actually runs out of bullets. That AWP, if that was able to be retrieved, would have been quite seismic. That would have been really bad for Fluxo. There's still a chance that the AWP actually doesn't get kept over the last round. Sorry, no way is Gabs actually going to save this. Is Nani actually not contesting? Oh my god, sorry, this changes everything. They have no money, FURIA, but they go into potentially the last round of the game with an AWP and AK saved over. That is best case scenario right now for the Panthers.
Yeah, and Gabs will get a bit of extra cash, so I think if she saves, she could potentially even drop a weapon. So, who knows? Ultimately, now is your time to hunt. Take them away. Okay. Well, no,
I was going to say, yes. If there was ever one to kill, it would be the AWP. The AK is pretty nice to have over, but you can see the AWP's not going to be acquired. Car, 31 and 12, it would be pretty nice to have the AWP in her hands.
For sure, but we have seen her stand her ground with the rifle as well. You know, not all 31 were up with an AWP. So, on paper, FURIA could still do this. There is at least money up on the table, but they would need to win 3 in a row.
This could be the final dance for FURIA in the map 1. The opening map of this series, their map pick. Something you have to remember. Vertigo is up next. A strong map for both teams. But Fluxo could take the surge of victory with them in their sails. And the opener could be taken over towards the A-bomb site. Julih spamming the smoke. Does so much damage, but not quite a kill. Even though Gabby's on 18 HP, she'll inflict the opening frag.
Wow. I thought for sure she had actually spotted her, but it was just sort of a guess. If only she knew that how much damage she actually did to Gabby. But no. FURIA with that. Player advantage. And Fluxo immediately stalled. They do have yungher who potentially wants to re-aggress over towards A, but there's a continuous smoke wall. But the bomb was actually sent that way, so it looks like they want to try.
Once again, trying. Nothing. Okay, it's a cool attempt. They try to use the updated feature once again, sign that I think Fluxo haven't quite been using, but right now we're going to see poppins going into alert position and everyone else looking to execute on this A-bomb site. This could be it. They're looking to pounce. They're looking to conquer this A-bomb site. Only 2 defenders. Flashbangs are good. Poppins' lurk is even better. Poppins will be able to actually kill both of these players coming in from the back lines. The issue is, I said those flashbangs are good, but everyone's died over on this A-bomb site. Poppins has done all the hard work. She's done all the hard lifting. She's killed both players that aggress from the B-bomb site, but it does not matter because everyone else fails at the first hurdle and cannot even get past that choke point on the A-bomb site. I was talking about pouncing. Well, the pouncers have pounced on this opportunity and will be looking to see if they can push this to overtime.
Yeah, and now you do have Car on an AWP. And this is where things could really get scary. If the team is going to be choking this, that's going to be extremely rough here for Fluxo. And that round in particular, it felt like everything was in their hands. Poppins had the ultimate position, but the rest of the team couldn't quite fit the pieces together.
This is different.
Ah, aggression coming out here in mid. Nani immediately going in fast. And actually, wow! Car missed a shot. Issa goes down. That is mid under heavy pressure here for Carter. 2 by herself. She does have a teammate sort of in the back, but needs to be careful because if she dies here as well, it's just going to be completely opening things up here for Fluxo.
I love how Fluxo is slowing the pace down. They have the player advantage. They don't have to fight for it. They don't have to fight for this extra space. and they're actually going to take information away from the Z side with utility. They need to be very careful about canals. Julih jiggling in, spots out the first, head turned, can't quite transfer over onto the second, but that might just confirm that the B bomb site is vacant. And now with Gabs laid to waste, this could be it. They say demons haunt the night, but today they dominated the day over on Anubis. Kaah and Gabby trying to replicate what Fluxo was so prominent at doing with these clutches, going in, isolated, nowhere to be seen with each other, very separate. That's the first to fall. Kaah, she's been so supreme on this map. 32 frags to only 12 deaths, but with the time ticking down and no defuse kit, it's only a matter of time. That's a lovely no-scope, but sadly, it's silver linings within a rain cloud. They go for the ninja defuse, a 10-second defuse. That's 13. Fluxo win out map 1. Anubis, the map pick of FURIA, go towards the favorites.
This is it's a tough victory. It definitely did not come easy, but Fluxo, they do